Hello Ganofinians, this is your Ganofins here. In this tutorial of C++ programming language, I am going to tell you guys about the arrays. An array is used to store a collection of data, but it may be useful to think of an array as a collection of variables that are all of the same type. Instead of declaring multiple variables and storing individual values, you can declare a single array to store all the values. When declaring an array, specify its element types as well as the number of elements it will hold. Let's declare a array. Let me show you how you can declare a array. First of all, you just need to write the data type of the array. Then the array name, like as variable name, like as you declare a variable name. Then here comes a new part, which is square brackets. Two square brackets, and inside that square bracket you need to define the size of the array, the size of the number of, you can say, the number of variable. If I define the size of array as 5, then there are total 5 variables. Those are a0, a1, a2, a3, a4. Always remember, the indexing of array always start from the zeroth part, zeroth number, and this is the semicolon. So here this is the declaration of a array, which is named as a, which have the size as 5. If you want to define data to every these 5 variables of this array, then you can do this by uh, using the assign operator. Then use the curly brackets, and here you need to type the values which you want to store into this array's element. For example, if I want to store 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, that's it. These 5 total datas in this array, then I can. That means if I am going to print C out a of 0, then can you tell me what will be the output of this program? Okay, let me show you what will be the output if I do that. It will be 4. Yeah, that's what I knew it. If I do here 1, then what will be the answer of this 5? That will be the answer. As because this data is stored at a of 0, this is at a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4. That's how an array store values. How you can initialize an array? If you omit the size of the array, an array just big enough to hold the initialization is created. If you don't write here any size to the array, you can initialize array as enough as you want, as the enough value as a array can hold up to. You can define many values. If you want to store into a array, you can store many values in it, and you can print it. You can use these values. If you do cout a1, then it again do that same thing. This is a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4. That's how this works. Each element or member of array has an index which pinpoints the element's specific position, and you can also override a array's value if you want. If I do this, a of 1 equals to, here you can see a of 1's value is 5, and if I do this cout a of 1, then 5 will gonna be print. If I do here 87, okay, and save it, and if I run it, then you can see the value of a of 1 got changed because I did the overwritten thing. I overwrite the value of array. That's how and overwritten works. You can also use arrays in loops. It is necessary to iterate over the elements of an array, assign the elements value based on certain calculations. This is accomplished using a loop. So this is a very important part, using arrays in loops. Okay, let's try to use the array in a loop. Let's use it. For example, if you declared a array a with a size of 5, and if you want to print now all these elements which you stored in your array, then you can use a for loop and curly brackets here, integer I equals to, let's start the indexing from 0, because we know indexing the first position of an array is 0, and run it up to less than 5 and I plus plus. Now let's print all these elements a of I and L, which is end line. Save it, run it, guys. Now you can see all these elements will gonna be print. Yeah, as you can see 4 5 6 7 8. That happened because of this for loop. Because of these combination of arrays and loops, you can do many exciting programs using these arrays and loops things. So always remember how you can use arrays in loops. You can also use arrays in calculation. If you remember, I told you how to increment or decrement if you want to. For example, if you want to do sum of all these elements in the inside using this for loop, and if you want to store that sum value in this sum into this sum variable, then you can do that. Sum equals to a of I. It will start from a of I, and here sum is initialized by sum equals to 0. Now let's print the value of sum, and let's see what will be the answer if we do summation of these elements. Can you say what will be the answer? 9 plus 6, 15 plus 15, that will be 30, of course. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, babes, that's what I called how you can use arrays for calculation, how you can use arrays in loops. That's how arrays works. That's why an array is very important. There is another type of array. There is actually two types of array. First is single dimensional array, second is multi-dimensional array. Till now what we saw was single dimensional array. Now we are going to see multi-dimensional array. A multi-dimensional array holds one or more arrays. It can declare multi-dimensional arrays. We can declare many dimensional arrays in this manner. If you add more square brackets, if you add two pair of square brackets, that means this is two-dimensional array. If you add three pair of square brackets, that means it is three-dimensional array. If we do this, it will hold the value as a a00, a01, a02, a03, a04. That's how it will store the value now. That means it now in this array the total number of elements which can be stored is 5 into 5, that is 25. Now you can store 25 elements in this multi-dimensional array A. That's how a multi-dimensional array A works. If you want to print this multi-dimensional array, you can let me show you. Let's print this multi-dimensional array, guys. If you do a of 0 and a of 0, and if you run this now if you can you say what will be the output? It will be 4, of course. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I said. This is a of 0 0. This is a 01, 02, 03, 04. Now let's store other elements. This will be now 1 0 uh, 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 2 0 2 1 2 3 2 4 uh, 3 0 3 1 3 2 3 3 3 4 4 0 4 1 4 3 sorry 4 2 4 3 4 4. Okay, can you count? If I made a mistake, then you can add 25 elements to this. That's how this multidimensional array works. So this is of great use, because using this multidimensional array you can also store guys, uh, string. Think think just for just think for a time. If you don't have the string data type, what can you do? How can you store a string without string data type? You can use this multidimensional array thing. You can use multidimensional array to store a string. So that's why a multidimensional array is so important. You can store string also using this multidimensional array. Arrays can contain unlimited number of dimensions, as I said. You can also create three-dimensional array, four-dimensional, five-dimensional, but those the much dimension you will create, the much complicated your array will be. Well, I hope you guys understood about arrays. If you have any question or query regarding to arrays, anything about arrays, then you can ask me in the comment section below. Well, thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that red button for getting updates. Don't forget to hit that bell icon for getting notified on my every upload to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching the video.